Hey everybody, this is the SSFA semifinals between NFL Ed and his San Francisco 49ers and Jacksonville Jay and his Jacksonville Jaguars. It looks like the Niners are going to get the ball first. They take it, TJ Logan takes it up to the 30. And let me share this out. So Ed comes out with Kirk Cousins as his quarterback in a blocking back halfback set with Carlos Hyde and Delaney Walker. Curled to Stephon Diggs being correctly double teamed by Jay, and he's bringing the house. 90% chance of a sack, and yet it is a dump off. Hold on, let me put this out here. So that was Carlos Dunlap, barely avoiding the sack, was random roll of 91 out of 100. Short pattern to Delaney Walker. He's covered by 4. That's going to be incomplete on 2nd and 1. And again, I think he was doubling down on Diggs. Twice in a row he doubled him. Jay's got great defenders. He's got 6s at corners, Marcus Peters and Marlon Humphreys. Nice pair. Short pattern to Walker, again, covered by 4. He's covered by the only 4 just about on that defense. And it's going to be incomplete on Cousins' card. So we'll get to the rest of his defensive lineup in a moment. But Ed will have to punt. It's a big one. Looks like it's going to go into the end zone. And it does. So Jay will start off on his 20. Mike Evans and Allen Robinson are the wideouts. Matt Stafford's the quarterback. Gesicki and Tyler Eifert are the tight ends. I was supposed to check something for Jay. I forgot. He wanted to know, we have the rule that wide receivers are not capped by the longest reception. So obviously when Eifert is lined up as a tight end, he would be limited to 27. Slantic Gesicki is going to be 15, and 5% chance of a sack, and Cameron Hayward couldn't get past Brian O'Neill. But if you line Eifert up as a third wide receiver, he should be unlimited. But I was going to check that. Let me just see if we can do that right now. Let's open up another copy of the game, and let's get the 2019 Bengals. And Indy's fine. And let's look at the rules. We want do not limit wide receiver longest, but do not allow the other ones. So that should be the similar rules. Doesn't matter about home field advantage, but whatever. Maybe we'll leave it on since Cincinnati's at home. Okay, so let's test this out. Off tackle right to Joe Mixon after that first down. We'll sneak it in if we can. There's a 17-yard pickup by Mixon. It was the defensive end Melvin Ingram's job to stop it. And it was a white die 5 against his 4 run rating. Nobody in the zone. So Jay, I would say, is probably the favorite to win this whole thing from this point out because he's got stacked defense, stacked offense. Hitch to Robinson, he's being double covered by the free safety. Incomplete. And again, slight favorite. I mean, there's all 4 of the teams that are here now can win it all. The other semifinal game will be played tomorrow. So 2nd and 10. Mixon in the backfield in a 2 wide set. Slant to Eifert, being double covered by the inside linebacker. 3 men in the zone still, as the free safety was doubling Mixon. So 4 men in the zone still would have been incomplete, would have been a little bit more nerve-wracking. It would have been 2 through 6, 11, and 12 instead of 2 through 5. Now, the one advantage San Francisco does have is they're the home team. So they have the good pass defense. If that had been the average pass defense, that would have been the 12-yard pickup. So there is that. That balances the books a little bit in Ed's favor. On third downs, we go curled up Mike Evans 7, 7, 7, 5, 5, I believe. No, 5, 7. And that's incomplete. So 4th down and 10, and now the Jags will have to punt. Two really good teams, two really good coaches. This is going to be a good matchup. Let me see if anybody joined. No Michael Reeves yet. He was asking about it, so he might jump in later. So 1st and 10. San Francisco's second drive of the game. They'll start at their own 25. Hyde, Walker, Olsen. Ed's got a great offensive line, run blocking. Short pattern to Walker, being double covered this time. See, Ed likes to go after those guys who are covered by 4s to increase the chances. That would have been a short gain if he wasn't double. Everybody else covered by a 6 there. Hyde's covered by a 6 over here. Lorenzo Carter. Fred Warner in the middle is a 6. Like I said, that outside linebacker, Vince Bagel's the only 4. Humphreys is a 6. Eddie Jackson's a 6. Inside run to Carlos Hyde. Ed needs to hit one of those big edge numbers for Hyde to give him an easy touchdown because he's not going to get a throw in the ball. He'll have to hit a guest right or something. Third and 8. Show him blitz. Let's look at Ed's pass blocking. He goes 5, 7, 7, 5, 4. Quick out right to Golson. There's nobody there. He's bringing a full blitz. But it's guessed right at Olsen's card, which is going to lose 2 yards. So it's a tough D to move the ball against. Ed had the right idea going to an empty flat, but just didn't land where he wanted to on the D cards. There's a punt, 47 yards. Don Trail Hilliard calls for a free catch. Fair catch, not free catch. So 1st and 10, Jags now. Quick slant to Gaiseki. Single cover by a 5. Incomplete on Stafford's card. .42 to go in the first quarter. Off tackle right to Mixon. There's a man there, but guessed wrong, and that was a good plug because that would have been a 4-yard gain or a 6-yard gain, I think, something like that. 5-yard gain. So blocking back plus 5, 7 or plus 5. So the blocking back did not make the play. There is no blocking back in that formation, and it loses a yard. So 3rd and 11. Ed goes with a 3-2-6. Ed's got some good coverage guys of his own. Left cornerback 5, Darius Slay. First DB is a 5, Xavier Woods. Bomb to Mike Evans. He's being single covered by 5. It's a dump off for 9. Incomplete, or no first down. So 4th and 2. There's the punt. 47 yards, and it rolls for a yard. Run to Marvin Jones, guess strong, but there's a man in the zone. That's going to be incomplete. So he's trying to go up top to Jones. Sorry, just checking something. I'll tackle right to Hyde. Guessed wrong, nobody's in the zone. 4-yard pickup, just missed one of those big hits I was talking about. So the way this game's starting out, it seems like it's going to be one of those really tough, slobber knock your defensive type games. But things can change. Over-under on punts is 12.5 right now. 3rd and 6. Ed tried to hit that empty flat earlier. Curled to Diggs. He is single covered by a 6. It's going to be a dump off for 30 yards. See if Delaney can take it that many. And it looks like he takes a 29, so pretty close. So that's that cap, that non-wide receiver cap we're talking about. That's a big break. That's what he needed, a big play like that. Off tackle right to Hyde, trying to hit that big number. And he does. 58 yards. Carlos Hyde. Boom, chiggy boom, all the way to the house. And NFL Ed and the 49ers are on the board. Not much all those good defenders can do when it lands on the running backs card. So 7-0, 49ers. Chase also got some big hits there on Mixon's card. Robinson and Evans in the backfield. I should say wide out, not in the backfield. Inside run draw to Mixon, and he's going to get the nose tackle, 0 plus 17, and Chris Jones and his 6 are beaten. It would have been a 9-yard pickup otherwise. Oh, no, maybe not. No, if it would have been a run call, Jalen Smith was the guy there. It would have been a loss of 1. So 18-yard swing there. Quick slant to Eifert. Incomplete. We'll check that Eifert maximum thing at halftime. Screen right to Mixon. Oh man, hits a blink. Jay would have loved any other roll but a 7 there. Guessed wrong. Lots of good juice on the receiver card. Third and 10. Jags at their own 42. Slant to Eifert. Lined up as a tight end. And that is going to be incomplete as he's double covered by the free safety. That would have been a first down if he hadn't doubled him. So good call by Ed. Punts down to the 11. Takes it out to the 17 on the return. Inside run to Carlos Hyde. Center cannot make the black out. It's a max of 5, white die 6, so he gets 4 instead of 12. Second and 6. Again, Walker's the only one covered by a 4. Everybody else has got 6s on him in coverage. Fly to Stephon Diggs, despite the 6, heads going up top. Defender X, that 6 makes his money. Incomplete. Anyone but a 0 would have made the play on that particular roll, though. 3rd and 6. Sterling Shepard checks in as the third wideout, and he's covered by a 4. So you got Walker and Shepard by 4s. It's a curl to Diggs, single cover by a 6. Incomplete, and the Niners will have to punt. We're only in the first quarter. Lots of time left. Lots of big moments to come. Oh, we got Michael Reeves going to join us. Let me push your button here, Michael. Hey, bud.
Hey, bud. How are you?
Good. 59-yard punt there with a 13-yard return. So that is a 1st and 10 out to the Jags 33. So I don't know if you saw, but the only score of the game so far came on a long run by Carlos Hyde.
Okay.
After a 30-yard dump off. So he got a 30-yard dump off to convert a 3rd and long. And then the next play was like a 58-yard run. I think it was like 40 or 48 in the game or 50 in the game.
Okay.
The pitch out right to Mixon for 6. So Jay, I think, has the better team. He's got all 6s and 5s on defense practically.
Mm-hmm.
Ed's got the advantage of the good pass card versus the average pass card due to a better regular season record.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be a good one. It's like scoring looks like it's going to be at a premium unless you can, you can convert those big plays.
Yep. These are two experienced top-notch coaches too.
Oh, for sure. Crossing pattern to Evans, single covered by a 5. That's going to be incomplete. That's another one where the good pass defense card prevented a 12-yard gain. So how you been doing, bud?
I have been doing very well. Very well. Looking forward to the new card set, but it's exciting to see these playoffs come down. It was really exciting to be in this set of playoffs too. Didn't do as well as I'd hoped, but that's okay. It was great to be in it for the first time.
Well, listen to NFL ads happened to all of us, so nothing wrong with that.
Mm-mm.
So you got Mixon in the backfield, 3rd and 4. Pitch out right to Mixon. Guessed wrong. He's running at a 4 defensive end. But the roll is offensive onside end +2 or -1. And that will not convert. He'll lose a yard and have to punt. So Jay's not even getting to the point where it's like 4-down territory. He just can't get into the 49er side of the field. Let's look at the ball possession. So the Jags have gone 5 and out, 3 and out, 4 and out, 3 and out. And Ed hasn't done much better. He had 3 and out, 3 and out. That one drive with the 29-yard dump off to his tight end, and then the 50-something yard run by Carlos Hyde.
Well, my experience in this league, these are two teams that don't really coach recklessly. I'm not saying they're like super predictable, but they're certainly not going to go crazy, if you know what I mean. They understand the strengths and the weaknesses of each of their opponents, and they're going to take advantage when they need to, but they're not going to play recklessly and cause turnovers. They like ball control, both of them.
Yeah, and Hyde hit an edge there. Short gains all the way across, right and wrong. So pitch out right to Hyde again. This time it's guessed right. The guard makes the block, though.
And that's a hallmark of his teams, too, that I've noticed about Ed. He does run a little more than what a lot of strat coaches will. He plays a little bit more old school. But if you look across that line, even on those plays that's guessed right, he has such a strong line that, 2 times out of 3, he'll get that positive roll unless Jay plugs a hole.
Right, and he wants you to do that. He wants you to move your guys up, call run, and then he'll hit you over the top with a big play.
That's exactly right. That's what he did to me in the playoff game, precisely.
Yeah, so he's looking to exploit the matchups. With Jay having 6s everywhere in coverage except for Delaney Walker, that's going to be a key one to keep an eye on. And Jay's done a good job of double teaming him.
That's a good point. That's a good point. When he did that to me, basically, when we'll let this play go through.
Yeah, so he got a 20-yarder there as Jay brought pressure, and Ed went after that 6 linebacker that had vacated the zone.
Yeah, that was the key play on me that you had broadcast when he went over the top and hit. I think it was like an 80-yard touchdown pass. It was on a 4. So he exploits matchups. That's for sure.
Up the middle for a yard. Blocking back was Delaney Walker, and he's at 0. So 2nd and 9 to the 37. This is a key moment because Ed wants to open up that 2-score lead, put the pressure on Jay, and Jay knows that. So the question is, what is he going to do? Is he going to run it? Is he going to try to hit a short pass, catching Jay in a run call? He goes for Jones, and Jay sniffs it out perfectly with a double team. Incomplete. Look at that. 16 yards if he didn't correctly double team that receiver. So now 3rd and 9. Ed's not really one to run here, unless you got a 0 run defender at middle linebacker.
Oh, he does have one.
No, he's 6 something there. What is he? 6'4". So he won't run against Jay like he tried to do against you.
Right.
Quick out left to Olsen. The 6 stayed home this time. He picks up 5. So that gets him to the 32. It also breaks contain. So 4th and 4. Ed will bring up Chris Boswell. And it's up and good. So he gets the 2-score lead. 10-0. We're into the 2nd quarter now.
Who got the kickoff?
Ed got the ball to start, I believe. Let me double check that though. Oops, wrong one. Yeah, so Ed got the ball first. So Jay will get the ball first in the opening kickoff of the second half. So let's see what Jay does. Inside run draw to Mixon. And that's going to pick up 5. Ed's a tough one to call draws on because he's going to call run fairly regularly. But Jay must have known that he's not as likely to do that maybe on first downs. I don't know. Off tackle right to Mixon. See, there's that run call. And that's going to be stopped for no gain. Short gain if he had not guessed that correctly. So that's the thing with Ed. He calls you right so often. You get like, man, how is he doing that? He's in my head. That kind of stuff can happen. Third and 5. Jay stays 2 tights, 2 wides, which gives Ed the chance to do a true double team. But I bet you he'll be less likely to go 3-2-6 if he stays that way. I had told Jay asked me a question because we have the rule where wide receivers are not limited, and Tyler Eifert is rated as a tight end / wide receiver. Button hook to Mixon, single cover is a 5 there. So he wanted to know if is Eifert unlimited? There's a short game, first down for Jacksonville. They really needed that.
Yeah.
That gets his first down of the game. Oh, fourth first down. Excuse me. Oh, he had that 1 5-play drive. But that was a sorely needed one for sure. And he wanted to know if I throw to Eifert and he's lined up as second tight end or tight end, is he unlimited then because he has a wide receiver distinction, or is he only unlimited when he's in the wide receiver, lined up as a receiver?
Mm-hmm.
So Vaughn to Evans. He's being double teamed by the outside linebacker. And it's going to be picked off.
I'll be.
He goes deep. There's 0 men in zone. A 2 or an 11 would have been a long game. And he returns at 20 yards. So the 49ers are up 10, looking to put even more pressure on him if they can convert this turnover into points. So I want to check that at halftime. I'm going to try to do a manual dice roll to see if Eifert's unlimited as a tight end. Darius Slade with the pick there. Inside run to Carlos, I guessed wrong. Defensive tackle, he should make the play, and he does. DJ Jones is a 5. 2nd and 10. Now, Jay's still in good shape if he can make a stop here. He'll get the ball back, like you said he's going to get the ball to start the second half, so there's no reason to get disheartened just because of a turnover. Off tackle right to high. Just defensive tackle doesn't make the play this time, so he gets 6. Pardon me. So 3rd and 4.
He's just never, to me, he's never forced to throw a turnover-prone pass. It just never seems that way with that line that he has. It's always flat, and it's always runs until that one time that you're going to try to plug up that hole and guess run, and that's when he goes over the top.
Yep, and it's a feel thing. You just feel when the other guy's like tired of getting beat over and over again. Here's a wrong pass call though, and that's a break for Jay as it finds a blank on Stephon Diggs' card. Diggs should have another monster card next year.
Yes, he will. Oh wow, that would look. That's dancing between the raindrops there. That could have been a touchdown.
For sure.
Or certainly a good gain, or 20-yarder at least. So that's a big break for Jay. Gosh, you do not want to go down another score to this team.
Yeah, the last thing you need is a 17-0 lead like that.
Right. That's like death by 1,000 cuts. Now you have a hard time getting the ball back from him.
Right. So Jay's keeping his composure. He's got to put together a drive here. Got the stop he needed after the turnover.
Hey, well done, by the way, in the autumn wind draft. I love the whole draft that he puts together, but it was kind of tough to read what the pick was versus the pick last year. There was a nice little edit. I wanted to do the same thing, but you beat me to the punch.
He did that on purpose, intentionally, because he wanted people to read all of his writing. He didn't want them to skip ahead to the pick. But I just want that as a reference, just to see who he predicted.
It's been out there for 2 weeks. I think that's fine.
Yeah, absolutely. People who are going to read it have read it.
Yeah, absolutely. How much longer till we see the guide? A couple weeks?
No, I think just a week.
Oh, wow.
A week or so. It'll be late this week or early next week.
Okay.
Inside run to Mixon, guessed wrong. So he got a 7-yard pickup on first. Second down is going to pick up 10 thanks to the 4 run blocking of the center, Nick Martin. Comes up with a big play.
.636 to go. If he can maintain possession for this entire quarter and come up with a score, then get the ball back to start the third, it'd be in good shape. I think that's the best we could hope for.
Yeah, so he can take his time on this drive. Sideline right to Evans. Single covered. And the right linebacker there is a 6. So he's thrown it to 6. Only gets 3. But you do that just to, let the guy know, hey, I'm not going to ignore that zone just because you have a 6 there.
Mm-hmm.
So put that in the back of their mind, like, hey, I can't just bring him because he's never going to go to where my 6 is. He's
Well,
avoiding my 6.
and to be honest, Dennis, that's one of the things I've learned about this game too, in that, I've had some clubs that have had some maxed out short receivers this year. For example, let's see, Keenan Allen and Jarvis Landry. I'll let you call this.
So double team there by Landon Collins. So true double team, incomplete. He's a 6 anyway, but that really made it tough. Go ahead, Michael.
Your account came through a little garbled on my side. I don't know if you can hear mine or not. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I hear you just great.
When you have maxed out receivers, you can't be afraid to throw to a 6. Because you still, with that receiver rating, even if it gets on the defensive card, I think as a rookie coach, you kind of have this misnomer that if you're throwing on the defensive card, that immediately everything's going to be knocked away if he's guarded by a 6. And that's not true when you have maxed out short pass receivers. You can't be afraid. You have to, even at 6s, sometimes you've got to think about double teaming those guys. So just what I've learned this year.
Absolutely. There's an
advantage to having those receivers.
Yeah, bomb to Evans, double teamed by the linebacker, and it's going to be incomplete.
That's twice now.
Yeah, so Ed does a great job of double teaming. I think last time Jay tried to throw it a flat and it was covered, so he mixed it up this time and left the flats open and double teamed. So, like you said, Ed doesn't leave a lot of holes open, but when he does, you got to hit those. Yep. So that would have been a great time to throw flat, but as Jay says, if you knew the result of the dice rolls ahead of time, it makes it really easy to make your calls. So
absolutely. Now, in his last game that we broadcast, let's see, they were playing the Jets, right? Jacksonville. Played the Jets, and Tom had a very difficult time getting him off the field. They had their first 9 third down conversions. They had successfully converted 8 of them. So This team has the chance to get hot. It's just early. But we'll see it's like the first half, they're pretty much not going to score, but maybe the second half they'll start to heat up again. But 8 for 9, that's a pretty strong streak.
And you're right.
And Tom's defense, that's not a slouch defense at all. And that guy can flat out coach too. So,
yeah. But it's funny how things can turn around. There's a 26-yard run to Hyde. Where Jay was like unstoppable in the other game. In this game, he can't move the ball.
Mm-mm.
So some of it's coaching, some of it's dice rolls.
Yeah.
Just making the call that you were thinking about doing, and then you change your mind at the last minute. If you would have stuck with that one, then it would have been a great play. That kind of stuff can trip you up.
Well, and the margin is so thin. Both these clubs are good, but again, when you've got 2 top quality coaches like this who've seen it all and done it all and know exactly the nuances of this game, those little dice rolls do make a difference. Fumbled, punt, fumbled snap, things like that. Sometimes that's going to be the breaks that's going to differentiate this. So Jay's hardly out of this, down by 10. If he can hold him here and get that score right after the half, he's right back in it.
Yeah, and Jay knows how Ed coaches. He's stubbornly refusing to call run and give up that big play. He's letting Carlos Hyde and his somewhat chunky card do its thing, while double teaming Diggs, Marvin Jones, keeping an eye on the tight ends as well. So we got a 3rd and 2 here near midfield. Now again, this is one of those calls that's screaming to run the ball and for the defense to call run. But then if you do that, all of a sudden you'll find yourself with a long pass to Jones against 0-minute zone. So he's worried about that, and he doubles Jones. And Ed just keeps running, keeps plugging away, using the time up, moving the ball. If he had called a run there, that's a stuff.
I think it's one of the nice things about having a 6 linebacker. I think teams are so intimidated to throw that away that you can do a lot of movement with them.
Yeah. Let's look at Kirk Cousins' card. He's got the long gain on 5. Guessed right. So something to keep an eye on. Off tackle left to Hyde. Now Jay calls run. He needs his defensive tackle to make the play, and he does. So that's going to take us down to the 2-minute warning. 2:06 to go. Inside run to Hyde, guess strong, going to pick up 7. So that again, Ed leaves himself in, like you said, those non-dangerous passing situations. Containment's broken. You could go either way.
When you get a free moment, Dennis, if you could open
Yeah,
up that little so far today window.
it's here.
Oh, it is? I'm sorry, I'm missing it.
Yeah, it's right here.
Ta-da!
Oops.
Oh, oops.
Oh, I know why. Let's see the kickoff. That's because I have this other one on top of it. That's why it's not. Because I had the other game open.
No.
So there we go.
Thank you.
So Hyde has run 16 times for 141 yards.
God, boy. It's not the
Pitch
kind of
out
back
right.
that you think could put those things together, you know?
Pitch out right to Hyde. Called. He's keyed him, but it was a guess right in that zone because it wasn't plugged. So that stuffs him. It makes it 4th and 2. But this is 4-down territory here. 1:30 left. I don't think Ed's going to punt. Let's look at his field goal kicker. Maybe he can. He is going to punt. Look at that.
Not surprised. I'm not surprised. He doesn't want to give Jay a shot with Stafford downfield throwing.
I don't like it. I still would have gone for it. But he did pin him. He got a great punt. Put it up to 4. So what will he do? Try to hit a big run by Mixon? Risk it and try to go up top? No, he goes inside run to Mixon. Ed left a free safety home and is double teaming Evans. That's going to be a 13-yard pickup out to the 17. Jay's got all three of his timeouts left. Stafford has the long gain, I think, on 9. Yeah, it's on 9. So no risk it, no biscuit. He might unfurl a long one. Hey, can you do the play-by-play here for a second? I'm going to mute myself.
Yep.
I got a quick phone call.
Okay, trying to do play-by-play here by my phone while Dennis is away. So Stafford's in shotgun, 3 wide. That's Mike Gesicki, the Miami Dolphin, is the blocking back. Unfortunately, there's a red line that is above. Looks like it's 2nd down and 1 to go. There we go. I can see it. 2nd down and 1 to go from his own 26. The clock is covered up, but I know there's less than 2 minutes to play. So I don't think he's going to run Stafford up the middle here. This looks like a throw. And Ed is countered with a 3-2-6. And there's a pass that is going to be completed and a first down that goes to Mike Evans, who's able to get out of bounds, and that moves the ball to the 48. So Jacksonville has made their way to almost to midfield. Probably the deepest penetration I've seen here for Jacksonville. I've only joined here in the first half, just here in the second quarter. But Ed has done a great job of controlling Jacksonville, obviously, by the goose egg that's on the scoreboard. San Francisco's up 10-0 here in this SSFA semifinal contest. One other game to go. That's Seattle and New Orleans, and that'll take place Thursday evening. There's another pass, and that is completed. That's a quickie. It's an 8-yard gain, and it's 2nd down and 2. That was on Stafford's card. The 2nd down and 2. So they, for the first time in the game, they've made their way into San Francisco territory. Ball resting at the 44. Dennis will join us here in a little bit. I can't see the clock, unfortunately, because it has a big red live sticker on it, so I can't really tell. There's a pass that goes out of bounds intended for Gesicki. It's now 3rd down and 2. Let's see if I can turn the screen the other way. Maybe I can figure out. No, that red tag that says live is like immediately over top of the scoreboard, so I can't see it. Anyway, I don't know how much time is left. It also, let's see if it covers up the timeouts. Wouldn't you know it? It covers up the timeouts too. So, well, anyway, it's 3rd and 2, and that's Joe Mixon in the backfield. He's got the 2 tight ends set in. There's a run up the middle and a nice pickup for Mixon. He's going to get some nice yards there. The ball is now at the 29, so Jacksonville has made their way into field goal territory at this point. So it looks like they can cut into this lead just a little bit. Maybe cut this down to a 1-score lead here before the half. So Jacksonville, looks like it says uses a timeout. So the ball's resting at the 29. Dennis will reset the game here in just a moment, so we'll know just how many timeouts they have. Unfortunately, let's just pretend the scoreboard is not functioning right now. But Jacksonville's offense is functioning. This drive started all the way at their own 4. So it looks like they're headed to a potential scoring opportunity, barring calamity. Gesicki is in the backfield, so this is an obvious pass coming up. Looking across the middle, and there's a big gain. Another big play. And another 1st down. So Jacksonville has to call timeout as they're out of timeouts. Didn't have a timeout remaining, did not make it to the end zone, but they got that quick field goal in. So a nice play just there before the end of the half. So they've cut into this lead 10-3.
All right, I'm back. What did I miss? Looks like I missed something.
You missed a short pass, but the red little live sticker on here unfortunately covers the scoreboard. So I couldn't really tell how many timeouts they had left. He got a play that got him close enough for a field goal, but he had to use his timeout to set up for that field goal. So, but they did cut it by 3. I didn't see who that last pass went to. I'm using my phone.
It went to Deebo Samuel.
It looked like it, yeah.
For 20 yards.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's go check this thing out real quick. So we got the old. This is the stock teams. I made sure the rules were set right. So we're going to do a manual dice roll on this one. And Andy Dalton. Let's see. We're going to leave Eifert as tight end.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do this. The defense will line up in a 3-4. And we'll go bomb to Eifert. Okay, and then we need game options. Manual dice entry. So what is Dalton's card? Whoops. Dalton's long gain is on. And 11. So let's go bomb to Eifert. And we're going to call short yardage and post. So the white die is going to be 1x. White die is going to be on the quarterback's card. Passing die is going to be an 11. Okay, and the long gain chart, let's do snake eyes, which would be a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. So he's limited there for 27 yards as a tight end.
Okay.
Now we can take him out. We'll put him at 3rd wide receiver. And we'll do...
Repeat the process.
Yeah, exactly. So
what is his max long gain?
27.
Okay.
So we'll do run key. And then we're going to do start. Again, it's a 1x. And 3 is fine. Passing play is going to be an 11. And the long game, we'll take it up to Snake Eyes again. So now he's at third wide receiver. He breaks that 27-yard barrier. All right, so there we go. So if he's lined up as a tight end, then he's limited. But if he's lined up as a wide receiver, then he's not. So 10-3. Jacksonville's got the ball. They're within a single score, so they got back where they wanted to. It was a 28-yard return. Pitch out right to Joe Mixon against the run call. Offensive tackle's going to make the play, so it'll be a 5-yard pickup.
Yeah, Mixon's been a Strat hero for the last couple seasons, but I can't imagine his card being.
No, it's a good card. It's a good card. It's an effective card. Lots of short gains, guessed wrong.
Oh, no. I mean, this next year's card, I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. Not sure about that.
Yeah.
You're right. He was hurt.
Mm-hmm. I think it's going to be such a fascinating draft because of COVID, and a lot of players didn't develop maybe quite the way that they should. And I think people are going to be looking at more numbers than anything else. It might be a more offensively related draft. There's not a lot of defensive superstar numbers that came out this year. So I think some good players are going to fall from the first round to second because they didn't have like exemplary 5 or 6s this season. It'll be interesting.
Right. There's a post to Eifert, incomplete defender extra long gain. Drake Greenlaw makes the play. So he was just trying to see if that long gain thing would actually do some good for him. He would have broken that if Ed had moved Greenlaw to double team or stuff a zone. That could have been a big one. Pitch out right to Mixon, 2nd and 10. Five-yard pickup again as Brian Bulaga makes the block. So he's got the ball at the midfield, 3rd and 5. He stays in the 2 tights, 2 wide set, hoping, if you can run the ball in this set, because if you land on the D card, he's got the blocking from his left guard and right tackle and right tackle, left tackle and right tackle. Both can move the chains, and maybe the center and the right guard if he gets lucky. Third down, 5 yards to go. He goes 3-2-6, almost daring him to run.
Mm-hmm.
He goes with the screen left. He's being double covered by the free safety. Screen left to Mixon. So that's going to be incomplete. I believe the 5 is incomplete anyway, so wrong, right, or double. And if he would have run the ball, it would have been the dreaded 5. Stafford, 8 for 22.
Yeah.
That is tough to move the ball with.
Well, and he doesn't have a very good flat pass card. There's much better.
Yeah.
And that doesn't help you in a dump-off league. So.
No, it does not. 10-3. 12 minutes to go in the quarter. So Ed's trying to get that 2-score lead back.
Yeah, Jay was able to pull that off with 2 minutes to go from his own 4. That was pretty impressive, actually.
Very impressive. Ed punted it specifically not to give him a chance, and he still got it.
Yep.
I'll tackle right to Hyde. Still trying to hit one of those, another one of those big numbers. Hyde's 18 for 144 today. Just running him guessed wrong over and over again, hoping to hit an edge. Jay's, happy to let him do that.
Mm-hmm.
As long as he doesn't hit an edge, because he is kind of a chunky card. Finally, he calls run, catches him in that run call while he's going deep. But Jay's got those sixes. Defender X or plus 27. Forget about it.
Mm-hmm.
Marlon Humphrey says, "Don't bring that mess towards me.
Yes, sir.
You wanted this noise." He slaps it away.
Mm-hmm.
So 3rd and 7. This would be a big play for Jay if he can get Ed off the field. That would have been one of those heartbreaking end runs. On a you call run finally, and it hits the plus 12 on the D card. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Short pattern to Walker. Now, Jay double teamed him earlier, but he hasn't double teamed him lately. Defender extra short gain. He's covered by a 4, and the 4 steps up. Vince, don't call me Basil. There's no hole in his game as he slaps it away.
Boy, that's a good break there too. That's a really good break for Jay.
Yep, he needed it.
Yeah.
But Ed is going to do that. If you have a guy that's covered by a 4, or worse yet, if you have 2 guys that are covered by a 4, or 3 guys covered by a 4, he's gonna take those shots, and he's gonna take advantage of that.
Well, Jay's thinking that too, but you can't double team everybody. So
yeah, he's keeping a close eye on Diggs. Diggs seems to be the guy he's double teaming a lot.
Yeah.
Inside run draw to Mixon. He double teamed Eifert and Mixon, and it's going to be only 2-yard pickup. So just like Carlos Hyde is kind of chunky, Mixon's the same kind of way on certain columns.
Mm-hmm.
If you told me that was Carlos Hyde's column, I wouldn't second guess you. It's very similar to that. Guessed wrong anyway. So 2nd and 8.
Ed's 0, the right inside linebacker. What's his run rating?
He's a 0.6.
Okay.
There is a quick slant to Eifert, and he's going to get 9 yards with the white die 6. Yeah, so that's Jalen Smith 0.65. He's got 4.45. He will bring Vince Williams down there too as well. See, Dre Greenlaw's a 5.04. Quick slant to Eifert. There's 2 men in the zone, but it's guessed wrong, and it goes on the D card. That's the kind of game it's been for Jay so far. A little frustrating aside from that one drive. That would have been plus 12 or plus 9 on the quarterback's card on a 6. Guessed wrong. I'll tell you exactly what it would have been. It would have been plus 10. Instead, it's a 1-yard gain, and you're in 2nd and long again. Jay's very good at conserving his carries to when he needs them. He's got 12 left for Mixon. Crossing pattern to Evans. He's being double covered by the free safety, Landon Collins. Picking out the right guy to put the pressure on. Jay hoping for a dump off, and he gets it. 12-yard dump off. And that takes it down to the 42. So a successful drive by Jay here. If he can punch this in, we're in business. 10-10. Even if he can get a field goal, you want to get to the point where you can have the ball with a chance to take the lead, and that'll give him that. That was a 64% chance of a sack. Chris Jones, the nose tackle against Nick Martin. The random roll was a 92. A couple good breaks here for Jake. Quick out left to Eifert. There's a 5 linebacker there, and he's covered by that 5 linebacker. And it's going to be guessed right on Eifert's card for 11 yards, and he is in field goal range. 7:30 to go in the quarter. Dare I say, Stafford is heating up. Slant to Gaiseki being double covered by the free safety. So he's switching up. He's not always double teaming the receiver with the free safety. That time he used the free safety on Gaiseki and used the outside linebacker to double cover Evans. That's Ed's specialty. He will totally stifle short passing game because he uses 2 double teams out of a 3-4, using one of the linebackers and the free safety, but not leaving any of his flat zones open. So you can't just throw out an empty flat. Run call Slant to Gaiseki. This is what Jay needs to hit. Defender X or long gain, and that is a 5 defender, Marcus May, who'll be a 6 next year, I believe.
Yep.
Incomplete. 3rd and 10. Those are the kind of plays that can make a game. If that would have been a white die 6, long gain, touchdown, we'd be talking about what a big critical play that was. But that time, Marcus May made the play. Now it's 3rd and 10. Gaiseki goes in the backfield as a blocking back. You got Eifert, Tebow, Robinson, and Evans. Now, see, if you're Jay here, why not go 4 wide? That way, Eifert's unlimited, although he's only 4 yards to the end zone anyway. Square into Debo, single covered, and there's a 5 there. Linebacker in zone, extra short gain. Jay was hoping to catch him napping, but again, like you said, Ed doesn't leave those kind of plays open. 4th and 10, here comes Dan Bailey. Won't you come home, Dan Bailey? Won't you come home? And he kicks it true. 2 through 8 from that distance, as he didn't get the negative adjustment, and it's 10-6. I told the viewers early in the game it's a slobber knocker type of defensive battle, and that's proved to be true. Did these guys meet in the regular season? I have a feeling they did. Let me see if I can pull that up. So 1st and 10, off tackle run to Carlos Hyde. He's trying to hit that big gain and gets 5 on the D card. So we're going to open up the 2019 SSFA. Close the pass rush thing for a second. Yeah, Jacksonville did play San Francisco. It was a 25-23 game. San Francisco coming out on top. Inside run to Chase Edmonds. That's going to pick up 6 guys wrong. So now he's just about used up Carlos Hyde's carries. He has 5 left. So he's switching it up, using Edmonds a little bit. Here comes Edmonds in a blocking back halfback. Jay's keeping an eye on Diggs. That seems to be where he's doubling when he doubles. Although this time he switches it up and doubles Edmonds. It's a crossing pattern to Marvin Jones. That picks up 14. So Ed's already at midfield. We talked about Stafford's completion percentage. Cousins is not that much better. 6 for 16. So they're both in that 30 to 40% range, which is tough to maintain drives that way. Yeah, 41% for Stafford, 37% for Cousins. Short pattern to Delaney Walker with a run call. Incomplete. So he gets a favorable percentage of outcomes, but he rolls at one of those few numbers that the pass drops. 6 for 17 for Cousins. You'll see those low percentages when you have 2 really good coaches too. They're just on each other, you know what I mean? 2nd and 10. Guessed right run for 2 yards. You can't give up calling run against either of these coaches. That would have been 7 guessed wrong. So now Ed's in 3rd and long. Containment in effect. Delaney Walker in as a blocking back. So now here is a situation where Ed's got 2 guys covered by a 4. Delaney Walker and Jamison Crowder. The others are covered by 6s. Fly to Diggs. Guessed right. Nobody's in the zone. And he hits the 5. What did I say earlier? Big plays and turnovers are going to... Well, I didn't really say that earlier. But I did say that Cousins has the long gain on 5. And that is what he needed. That's what he caught. It's going to take it inside the 10. Ed is always one to take a shot deep. 4-3 showing bullets now for Jay as he tries to stem the tide and keep it to a field goal. He doesn't want to go down 2 scores as we're nearing the end of the 3rd quarter. Run call to Marvin Jones. A run call on a short pass to Marvin Jones. Guessed wrong. Receiver reading again hits that 7. So Jay's getting lucky on some of the plays, but some of the things he's getting unlucky. Second and goal at the 8. Let's see if he shows blitz again. Showing blitz. We got full house with Edmonds, Hyde, and Delaney Walker in the backfield. Delaney covered by 4. Inside run to Chase Edmonds, guessed correctly. The offensive center +6 or +1. Alex Mack boosted from a 5 to a 6. He needed that boost. He gets those 6 yards, setting up third and goal to 2. This is not where you want to be if you're Jay. Going against NFL Ed, and he's about ready to go up 2 scores on you late in a semifinal. Not many coaches better at seeing out a game than Ed Barrow. Inside run to Hyde, guess right. Gets 1. 4th and goal at the 1. What do you do here? Do you go for it, or do you kick the field goal to make it a 7-point game? Where's my handy companion here? Michael Reeves, you left me. Would you have to reboot?
Yeah, the microphone quit, so I had to jump back in again. Now, again, this is what it makes it so crazy difficult to stop him here inside of the 10 with that crazy line. Even if he gets it right, you still have the benefits of all those 5s that turn into 6s. It's rough. It's my card, your card.
Yeah, 4-minute zone, guess wrong, and he hits a fortunate number.
Yep.
And that'll be Jay. He started his scoring drive in the first half started from his own 4. This one's going to start from his own 1. Yeah. So instead of going down by 11, he's only down by 4, and he's got the ball. Tricky play here, though, on your own 1. Do you ever all out key, Michael?
I've never done that from here. I'm always afraid. I'm just very intimidated by that. The last thing you want to do is go over the top. I kind of let my guys do my business here, and if he's going to, you got such a long field. How many rolls you going to get in a row? The last thing you want to do is kick yourself when he goes over the top. So,
fair enough. He went for a look-in pass, and Ed left 2 guys there. I think he called run. Here's a bomb to Evans, double teamed by the free safety.
Wow, God, how many times has he done that now?
Oh, and he picks him off. Look at that! What a time for that call.
That's twice now on that double team.
Yep, and Ed had some unlucky rolls there when he's guessed wrong, rolling an 11, but this time he was guessed right, and his opponent rolled the 11, and that was a perfect outcome for NFL Ed as he gets the ball back inside the 25 with 18 seconds to go in the third quarter. I mean, you do have to go deep sometimes when you're playing against Ed, but you don't want it to be when he's got you double teamed on your own doorstep. Quick out right to Greg Olsen. Incomplete as the linebacker there. Vince, again, Bagel's got no holes in his game. I don't even know. How do you say that? Vince Bagel? Bagel. Maybe he's French. Anyway, it's incomplete as he makes a second big play of the game that I can remember. 2nd and 10. Again, Jay's looking to hold him to a field goal. Curl to Stephon Diggs against a run goal, but there's 4 men in the zone. 17 yards, guessed wrong, down to the 5. 1st and goal to 5. Jacksonville, Jay needs to make another goal line stand. Cousins 8 for 22. No blitz, run, guessed wrong, short pass, 4-minute zone, incomplete. It hits the D card. (10-6) Niners. Second and goal at the 5. We're into the fourth quarter now. And Michael, your microphone must have gone out again. He's gone. Curl to Jones. Again, the same situation. Guessed wrong. Again, it hits the receiver reading and again finds the 7. Third and goal at the 5. So Jay is avoiding the landmines. But the question is, how long can he do it? Third and goal showing blitz. Pitch out left to Edmonds. Guessed wrong. There's a man in the zone. And it's a good plug. It would have been a 12-yard opening for a touchdown. It's -1. And now Ed will take the field goal to go up 13-6. So Jay's still in this. Kick is good. If Ed had taken the first field goal on 4th and goal at the 1, then he'd be up 10 right now, assuming he made the field goal. We got one of these locked up situations. So here we go, folks. 7-point game. Second and 9, we missed a play. Must have been a run for a yard or so. Possibly a flat pass, I guess, but I think it was a run. 13-6 Niners. Both teams have had good and bad breaks. Inside run draw to Mixon. Guessed wrong. It's going to get pick up 2. So that'll bring up 3rd and 7. So Jay's getting it on his card, guessed wrong, but just hitting those bad numbers. Gaiseki checks in. (3-2-6) for Ed. Let's see what he does. Curl to Allen Robinson is being double covered by a linebacker. And it's going to be a dump off for 4. Bring up 4th and 3. Punting time. It's not 4-down territory yet. But really frustrating day moving the ball for Jay. That offense that couldn't be stopped against the Jets has just sputtered today. Both teams have played really good defense, though. Ed hasn't had too much better time, but a lot of punts there. What did I say? The over-under is 12.5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So if you bet the over, go turn in your tickets and collect your winnings. And we still got 10:48 to go in the game. In regulation, I should say. Short pass to Walker. Single cover by a 4. He's going to keep picking on that 4. It's a dump off for 7. Oh, no, a must run for 7, excuse me. As Kirk Cousins takes it out to the 35. It's hard to call run. Look at that short pass guessed wrong. Card for Cousins. Pretty good, pretty dang good. tackle right to Chase Edmonds. Jade is probably one of the best in the game at keying, and he keys perfectly here because not only is it a loss of yards, but it would have been a short gain guessed wrong, and it now takes him out of contain back from 2nd and 3 to 3rd and 6. Even if he had thrown an incomplete pass there, that would have been 3rd and 3 right now. It's a championship level call there. 3-3-5 showing blitz. Chase got Sterling Shepard and Delaney Walker covered by 4s. Quick pass to Greg Olsen, thinking the middle linebacker would be double teaming. Instead, he stays home. Ed switches that up better than anybody. 4th and 5. I should say Jay switches that up as well as anybody because Jay's the defending coach there. Ed thought he'd catch him, and he didn't. 11-yard return. Jacksonville Jays got the ball. 8:42 to go in the game. 13-6 Niners. And Michael Reeves makes a reappearance. You just keep slipping off into the shadows.
Yeah, my first I lost the signal, and then I've been working from office, and I had my phone charging, and it ran out of steam. So now I'm driving back home. So, but I'll be home here just a little bit.
The 12-yard pickup on an end run with nobody in the zone. 8:06 to go. 13-6 Niners on top of the Jags. This could be the game-tying drive. Mixon, 18 runs for 123. He has 9 unfatigued carries left. So he's a workhorse in this set. Quick out left to Tyler Eifert. Guessed right. He's going to pick up 7 on Stafford's card. Again, Stafford's had a pretty bad day, but he wouldn't mind as long as he gets this ball down the field and into the end zone on this drive.
Right.
And
but he's a quarterback that can get hot. Again, he's good downfield. And for them to be in a position like this after Stafford's thrown those 2 costly interceptions plus a pick from San Francisco at the 1, to think that they're in the game down by only 1 score, I don't think he could hope for anything more.
There you go. And the guess wrong flat pass to Allen Robinson for 9 yards. And it's 1st and 10 at the Niners 40. I think we are in 4-down territory now. Yeah. I think we're in 4-down territory now, Michael, because clock's winding down, and you've got some momentum on this drive. So he wants to stay out of 3rd and longs. Off tackle left to Joe Mixon. Offensive onside in is Tyler Eifert. He's not going to make him any blocks. Let's see what he does here. 2 tights, 2 wides. Pitch out to Mixon, so he sticks with the run. There's a 4 defensive in there. Guessed wrong, but it doesn't hit that short gain he needed. It hits the +2. That's going to take it down to Niner 38. He wants to break contain here, so he might run it again. Ed might be thinking the same thing. Ed goes to the 3-3-5. He's got an extra DB of a 5, which he could pop into one of those to replace one of those 4 linebackers.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't go with the 0-6 to stop run contain. He goes with the 4-4. More worried about the flat pass than the run at this point. Inside run draw to Joe Mixon. So containment on a 2 or a 3. The center, can he make the block? He's only a 4.
4. Right.
He does not make it. 4th and 6. So I should say it's 4-down territory, but you maybe punt here and try to do what Ed did, pin him deep. Nope, he's going to go for it. I don't blame him.
I don't blame him.
And he's going to pass it. As you see, Mike Gesicki is the back in the backfield now, and he's not going to run the ball.
Right. Now you've got 5 short pass targets.
Yeah, and I bet you it will be a short pass because he's going to want to try to, fall back on a dump off. That was a D on the black die the last play. If he had been throwing it and it was incomplete, it could have been a dump off, favorable dump off, but it could, who knows what would happen? Could have been a sack, could have been a pick. We'll see what happens here. Deebo Samuel was his main man on that other drive.
Does Ed have much of a pass rush on the line because he's not been really blitzing his linebacker?
He's got Chris Jones, who's a 5'10", Cameron Hayward's a 6'9", and Melvin Ingram's a 4'8". Crossing pattern to Mike Evans, correctly double teamed, incomplete on the interception split. So that's a 4th down, not converted, and 4:48 to go, and you give the ball back to NFL Ed with a 7-point lead.
How many carries does his running back have? 7, thank you.
Yeah, 7 for Chase Edmonds, and I think he has 4 or 5 for Carlos Hyde. He could bring him back in too.
Okay.
This is where Cousins is deadly. Short pattern to Delaney Walker. Incomplete on the D card, so good break there for Jay as it was guessed wrong. And Cousins' card guessed wrong is pretty effective.
Mm.
Mm. 4-3 against, not showing blitz against the base formation. Inside run to Chase Edmonds again, guessed right, but it goes on the D card for 7 as he wasn't plugging that zone. That'll bring up 3rd and 3. Tough to stop Ed here. Somebody in the zone would have made that a 4-yard gain instead of a 7, which would have put containment back on the table. So 3rd and 3, 3:54 to go in regulation. Still a chance here for Jay. He needs to make a perfect call here. This is fun, man. This is a really good game. Worthy of a semifinal matchup.
Yep. We haven't had a lot of close playoff games. If you look on the schedule sheet, a lot of these have been 2-touchdown games. Many of these have just gotten out of hand, so it's nice to have a good one.
Crossing pattern to Jones, 3 men in the zone, guessed right, and Cousins comes through with a 7. That's another first down and another, even if it would have been double teamed, that was complete. 24% chance of a sack, though, but it was a random die 98. So even if he had brought pressure, double teamed correctly, it was going to be complete. So 3:18 to go. Ed needs 1 more first down to get into plausible field goal range, 2 to get into really good field goal range. This is where the pressure's on. Inside run to Edmonds, guessed right. That's going to pick up 1.
Mm-hmm.
Delaney Walker is the blocking back, and he couldn't make the play. So as good as Edmonds, or as Hyde has been today, Edmonds has kind of struggled. 7 for 18. Hyde had a couple of really big runs. .242 to go. Key play here. You don't want to let Ed get into 3rd and short. Inside run to Edmonds. Again, a run call. But he gets it again. He gets that +7 on the 8 roll. Jay wasn't bringing him up. So that's going to make it 3rd and 2 at the 37. And we've seen Ed run from this kind of situation before. So if he can get a stop here, Ed might just kick it away.
Right.
Let's take a look at his field goal kicker from long range. He's only 2, 3, and 4. That's not going to tempt Ed to go for it. But once you get inside the 32, he's 2 through 10. So really big play here.
Mm-hmm.
He needs the perfect call or the perfect roll. To be honest, he'll take a lucky roll right now. He goes for the key. It's a quick slant to Olsen, but he left a 6 there. And he gets 3 yards. Ed picks it up.
Wow.
So he's 2 yards away from the really good field goal range. And like I said, who better to see out a game than NFL Ed? I mean, he is so good at playing the percentages, making the right calls.
Yep.
You know, using up as much time as possible. So he's taking his time here. Goes to not a full house set. This is the 3 running back, 2 tight end sets, which still puts 2 in the zone if you throw a flat pass, and he gets the boost to the run rating. So he's going to run it.
Sure.
But this makes it harder for Jay to key on the right guy.
Right.
Hyde has 4 carries left. Edmonds has 4 carries left. Inside run to Edmonds. That goes nowhere. So there's still a possibility here. If he can stop him from getting any more yards, he makes it a really difficult field goal chance, and he'll have to use his timeouts up. Does Ed risk a pass? You know, risk that fluky interception on the D card on a 2 through 5, 2 through 4?
I don't think so. I don't think with that line that he has, I think it's going to be 3 straight runs and just hope that he gets something, even if it's on the defensive card, even if it's guessed right. All he needs is just a couple of yards. He's going to rely on that offensive line.
Now, what do you do if you're Jay? Do you just keep going short yardage, or do you key one of those guys?
I think you have to start keying. That's what you've always taught.
So he gets the offensive tackle reading +3 or +0 as he goes to the short yardage. So 3rd and 7. Containment in effect. He's
There's
inside.
only so much you can do hoping for rolls. I think it's
He's inside the 2 through 10 range, but he could get hit by the variable field goal range. So again, what are we going to do here? Are we going to key, or are we going to go straight short yardage? I'm convinced, like you, that Ed's just going to run it, making him use of all those timeouts and letting him depend on the variable field goal range to bail him out and have him miss the field goal, which could happen. It could happen. Inside run to Carlos Hyde.
right.
It's going to lose a yard. That's even better for Jay. He stuffed that zone, guessed right. So here we go. If he gets the adjustment, it's 2 through 4. If he doesn't, it's 2 through 10.
Any
Kick is
thought
up.
of punting here?
No.
Nope, it's not.
He did get the adjustment, but he got the 3 roll. So
wow.
because if you would smooth that out, it's still going to be like a 70% field goal or something like that.
Right.
And he fumbles the kickoff. Ed sits on it. 3 knees. Final score 16-6. Niners over the Jags. As Ed, I guess it's hard to say he pulled off the upset when he had the home field advantage, but I like Jay's chances. But now Ed moves on to another Super Bowl. He's already in the SSFA Super Bowl, and now he's in the SSFA Super Bowl. Hey, Michael, are you in SSFA?
No, I'm not.
Okay, gotcha. So that Super Bowl's Friday at 2. I was going to invite you to join me then.
Oh, sure. No, I'll be happy to. I'll be
Cool.
from work and over the phone.
Okay, well, I'll you know where to find the files. It'll be on the SSFA website, which is linked.
Oh, yeah.
You can link that from the SSFA. So they're having their little chit chat. Congratulations.
So Dennis, we've got your game Thursday.
No.
What do you know about
No,
New Orleans? Have you played them this year by chance?
No, it's tomorrow.
Oh, it's tomorrow. Sorry, yeah, it's tomorrow. My bad.
Yeah, that's all right. I didn't want you to show up on Thursday, though, looking for the game when it's going to get played tomorrow.
It's 10 Eastern, correct?
Oh, gosh, I want to say yes. Let me just double check.
I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is. You said 10. I thought you said Monday or Thursday, but yeah, I've got it on my calendar. I'll make sure it's in there.
Yeah, we are 10 p.m. Eastern time, 7 p.m. Pacific time. So, yeah.
Okay.
So 10 p.m. Eastern time.
Have you played them this year?
I don't believe so. Did I? Oh, we did. That was a 25-12 win, but Scott's got such a good offense. I think I was lucky in that game. Yeah, I got 2 fumbles. Oh no, I lost 2 fumbles. I just know that watching that last game, yeah, I got lucky because Nick Chubb ran for 192 yards, but Tannehill didn't do much against me.
Right.
And that you can't count on that happening again.
Yeah.
But
They picked up a really nice road win against the 14-2 Rams team. So.
yeah, that's what it was. New Orleans had 2 fourth down conversions, which failed. He was 1 for 3. And if you look at the stats, like the yardage was pretty even. I just happened to get a couple of key breaks, including an interception that foiled some of his drives. But yeah, that should be it. I mean, that game can go either way too. So. All right, guys. So there you go. The box score. Like I said, it's going to be a slobber knocker, and it was 278 for Jacksonville, 330 for 49ers. They got the big kick return fumble there at the end, but really those 2
interceptions, those
Yeah,
big
2
kickoffs
interceptions.
on double teams, those were huge.
Yeah, definitely. And like Jay says, Ed's double teaming was incredible today.
Yeah.
So
Curious, when you saw those double teams, do you recall if they were on the defensive card that would have made a difference? That he had a very good defensive card as opposed to average? Were they on splits, or was it just an automatic double interception?
the second one was on the quarterback's card, on Stafford's card. That was going to be a pick no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
The other one was zero-man and zone card because he was double teaming with a linebacker, but it still hit the interception split, I believe, if my memory's right. So
Right.
I think the good defensive card did help, but I think it would have been a pick anyway.
Okay.
I'll have to go back and check the logs. But in the Super Bowl, there will be no good or average. So you're going to have to take Ed out without that benefit.
There you go.
So Ed's punched his ticket. We'll see who does it tomorrow, and Michael Reeves will be on the call for that one.
I sure
All right,
will.
guys, I'm going to go ahead and shut it down. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Take
I'll
care,
jump
Dennis.
on that. I'll jump on the broadcast, win or lose, tomorrow with you, Michael.
You bet. We'll be ready.
Afterward. All right,
Okay.
man. Talk to you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
See ya.